Hello and welcome. I'm so excited today. It is Monday. We are kicking off the week, and I thought, what better way to kick off the week and kick off the month of July, where I can't believe we're almost in the middle of July already. We're into the second half of the year. And I know a lot of people have been saying, that 2020 is dead. It's over because of COVID. COVID stole 2020 from us. But that is so not true because businesses are still thriving. They're still hitting the goals and busting through the goals that they had for this year, despite what the media may be saying, despite what you may be seeing other businesses doing around you. And I have a guest with me today that is going to talk to you about how that has happened for her. She's going to share her story with you. I'm so excited to have her on with me today. If you are new to this space with me, I'm Nikki Bradley. I'm a brand strategist and coach, and I help entrepreneurs get clarity around their brand, get confidence in their messaging, and package their purpose and their passions into profitable products and services. And so today, I actually have one of my clients on with me today. Her name is Marshaé Smith. She is the owner and founder of Cosmopolitan Creative Group. I'm going to bring her on with me right now. Marshaé, hey.
Good afternoon. Hi, Nikki.
Hi. Guys, help me welcome Marshaé. If you're on in the chat, give me a hey, say hi to her so that she knows that you're here with us. And if you are joining us, I'm using StreamYard. So there is a link. There should be a link that you should see that I think it's streamyard.com/Facebook, so that we can see who you are in the comments. Beverly says hi.
Hi, Beverly.
So Marshaé and Katrina. Hey, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
So Marshaé, say hi to everybody. Let us know. Tell us a little bit about Cosmopolitan Creative Group. I know all about what you do, but tell everybody else who may not be familiar with you what you guys do.
Certainly. So, Cosmopolitan Creative Group is a graphic design firm that I started literally out of my college dorm room with a laptop that my grandparents gave me for a graduation gift. So, I've always been kind of like fascinated with Photoshop and using it to make photos look nice and add all these different edits and things like that. So, my freshman, sophomore year in college, I got the free student trial because it can be an expensive program. So I got the free trial and just started kind of navigating through there and stumbling around and finding my way through that software. And I think I designed something for myself first, like just randomly. Then someone came to me and was like, hey, like, can you do this for me too? So I literally started getting like organizations on campus and different people that kind of came to me and asked me to do the same for them. And this business kind of fell into my lap from there. But since I was a child, I always wanted to own my own business. Like I will always say, hey, I want to own my own business. I've always had a very entrepreneurial spirit. So I'd like be in my mom's hair salon, like washing hair, just to like make a couple bucks on Saturday. I've always like wanted to be like an entrepreneur. That was always my thing. So in college, it kind of just came to pass, and God gave me that business that was always in my heart since I was a young girl. And from there, once I graduated from college, I'm like, hey, I have a job already. God already gave me a job. So instead of going into corporate America, I just kind of dove head first into the world of entrepreneurship, and it's taken off from there. So we are growing with a lot of thanks to Nikki and just serving customers both near and far.
So now let's talk about that for a minute, because I know from just your story that when you were in college, you were looking for a job. I
spent a lot of time looking for a job.
So how did you know to keep pursuing your business versus going after a job?
Honestly, at first I did not want to. Like the system it teaches you to go to school, make good grades so you can graduate and get a good job. No one's like, okay, go to college, make good grades so you can graduate and start a business. So my dream of being a business owner kind of got stuffed down within me, and it kind of really fell to like the back burner, and I forgot that this was what I really wanted. So senior year, I'm like literally not even lying to you, on job application like number 755, and I had gotten all no's up until that point. So I was so discouraged. Graduation was 2 weeks away, and I'm on my bed working on an application. God is like, I already gave you a job. You're looking for a job. You're looking for someone to give you something I already gave you. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, because I was afraid that if I decided to be an entrepreneur, I would struggle and not be able to support myself. So I continued on looking for a job for another 2 months, had moved back home with my parents, and I finally just surrendered. I'm like, okay, God, I'll do it. I will be a business owner. You told me that 2 months ago. I told you no, I wasn't going to do what you told me to do, and I continued to struggle and get doors slammed in my face for like another 2 months. So I finally like, okay, God, I'll do it. I'll pour my all into this business. And I did that. And since then, I have not lacked. I have not gone without. And I've truly found my passion within my purpose that was really there since day one. So I was looking for a job, but that just wasn't what God really had for me.
Mm-hmm. So it's funny how, we have a plan for ourselves.
Right.
We keep pushing what we think
we're
supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
And then God is laughing at our plan.
Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, well, let me know when you're done being disobedient, and I'll be right here when that doesn't work out.
And you're waiting.
Right. So you let me know when you're done. So yeah, that's kind of how that worked out.
Yeah. So so now you've had your business for
3 years. Wednesday will make 3 years.
Okay. So y'all, she's young.
I'm 25.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get to that in a minute. But so talk to me about who you work with as clients. First of all, let's talk about who you used to work with when we first met versus who you work with now. Okay. And how did that change happen?
Yeah, so in the past, I kind of worked with any and everybody. Like I was so, I guess, afraid to not make money that I took it from any and everybody. And it kind of got, so after about a year and a half, it got to the point where I'm just like completely drained. Like my passion was dying. Like I wasn't happy. Like I'd be sitting there trying to design something and I'm crying because I'm like, God, like this creativity that's in me is not coming forward because I wasn't happy and I wasn't really working with clients who valued what I did. And as a result, I didn't value what I did, and I didn't think it was worth anything because my clients didn't really think it was worth anything. So that's why I just kind of shut down for the whole second quarter of last month, and I hired Nikki. And I'm like, I got to figure this out because I know for a fact that God told me that I'm supposed to be right here. So if I'm supposed to be right here, there's something that I'm not doing correctly for it to not be working out the way He promised me it would. So we kind of transitioned now to not only me putting value on myself, but me connecting with clients who are going to also put that same value on me and my gift and then some. And doing this requires me to say no to some people. I have to turn down money, which past I was afraid to do that. Like I'm taking advice. I was like, if a client doesn't align with the vision that I have for the type of client that I want to work with, or if they do not put the value on me that I know that I'm worth, I have to kind of turn those clients away just for the sake of my business and my gift and what it's worth.
So did you say you turned down clients? You turned money away? How does that work?
Yeah. Even just like last week, like in the past, if something that I offered was out of budget for someone, I'd be like, okay, like, hey, like, what can you afford or whatever like that. And I let them pretty much pay me whatever they wanted to pay me. At least I was making something, right? But that was a disservice to myself and my business. So now it's like, if my prices are what they are, and I guess like I'm trying to say this in a nice way. My prices are what they are, and I cannot kind of discount myself just because it's not within a certain person's budget. So you do have to turn money away, and sometimes it's worth it because sometimes the clients who don't really, respect or value what you do enough to kind of put a fair price point on it aren't really the kind of clients who you want to work with, and that's something that I really had to learn. So so far it's going pretty well, and my new changes have been pretty well received. Of course, there are some clients who may not be able to meet me at that price point, and that's fair. That's no hard feelings towards them, but you kind of have to set a structure and stick to it, because if I go in Publix and pick out something I can't afford, I can't go to customer service and say, hey, I can't afford this. The prices are what they are. And that's just something that has to be respected when you are running a business and you want it to be treated like a business. So you got to put your foot down and stand your ground, for sure.
So let's talk about that for a minute, because when we first started, that was
Okay.
that was not something that came easily.
No, I know, Nikki, you like this was like pulling teeth with this girl. Like, literally, like we've been working together for like a year now, and I feel like we just finally got over this hump at the end of 2019. So it was 6 months of me really, and even still now, I still feel like I'm still having to do it, like renew my mindset and think about what I'm allowing myself to think about. So like I have to control my thoughts. I have to stop telling myself like, hey, money isn't available. I have to stop telling myself, oh, people can't afford this, because they can. People can afford it. A lot of people can as well. So kind of like considering the background that you come from, that can play a really huge part. So if you came from a background where money was always an issue, or there was always some sense of lack, as a business owner, you can kind of carry that into your business and think that everyone is in a position of lack. And that's not the case. So there's money out there, and a lot of it. Jeff Bezos himself has a great portion of it. That's just one person. So you really have to renew your mind and change the way you think, and change what you think is what's possible and what's available, because that's one thing, kind of getting out of your own way and out of your own head about things. So
Mm-hmm. So what was life like before we started working together? Like what was different for you before we kind of got in each other's life?
I was, and even like a lot of our changes are kind of more so happy. They're finally like, we're finally getting to the point where, okay, these changes we've been working on are finally taking place. So before we started working together, I was not very intentional about this business. And one thing that I really realized about myself and the way I think is, okay, I know that I'm favored. I know that I'm chosen. And because of that, I shouldn't have to work as hard as
Come
everyone.
on.
I had to check myself on that, and I still do. It's like, yes, you're favored. Yes, you're called. You're special, but you're not that special. You still have to work hard. You still have to do the work. And God kind of really disciplined me in that manner, because it's like, I want to do it for you, but I'm not going to give it to you unless you are showing me something, giving me something, and doing something. So before we started working together, I was honestly lost. I think I was probably okay with being lost, I would say. I wasn't really as intentional with my actions. I wasn't kind of really taking those forward steps to make this business what I know it's going to be. So, and you kind of came in and really started to give me that foundational structure that I needed before I could even start to build anything on it. So, without that, if I had tried to do it myself, my foundation would not have been strong enough or thorough enough to really build much of anything on it. So I think that kind of really played a huge part in it. Just kind of like, you sat me down, I was like, listen, we got to square one, and then we'll work it up to wherever. So, and I needed that. So, yeah, for sure.
What do you think was like, because I know we've talked about like some of the challenges that you were having, but what do you think had you stuck? Like, what do you think was like your frustration, or had you stuck like in that spot where you, because I know you were talking about like that you were working with clients that you weren't really who you wanted to work with, like, but
Right.
what do you think was like the biggest frustration that you had at that point?
Um, Let me see. I think this kind of comes back to like having that belief of what you're capable of. Like, I didn't think that I could catch any bigger fish. I didn't. For one, because I didn't see them. For two, I didn't see like anybody else with them. So I had
Mhm.
to really like, I know when we first connected, you asked me like what businesses do I admire that were like mine. So I was really connected to and following businesses that were working with the same type of clients that I was. So I'm following in their footsteps as if that's the path that I need to go down. And it wasn't what I wanted. So now it's like I've kind of unplugged and plugged back into not clients, I'm sorry, companies that are more like what I envision mine being. And now I see them doing big things and I see them catching big fish and I see them making 5 figures a month. So now that I see that, I know that it's possible and I'm able to kind of take notes like, okay, like how did they do it? And just really changing your perspective a lot and saying no, like, and not being afraid to turn down one thing for another thing. So even one thing my pastor, Mr. Terrence Coates, told me was like, sometimes your future requires you to say no to your present moment. And I had to really do that a lot and not really worry about lacking or being without. So, and that was really scary at first, but it worked out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, had you tried anything before, like to get out of the position you were in before, or were you just, because I know you said you didn't even realize that there was something different.
Yeah, I think I was changing one thing, but not changing the other thing. Like I'm thinking back to when I rebranded my website. I was changing my brand, but I wasn't changing the kind of work I was putting out. I wasn't changing the type of client that I was targeting. So I can change my brand, and my brand can look nice. It can look like the kind of brands that I'm wanting to attract. But if I'm not targeting them, and if I'm not working with them, and if I'm not showing people that I can do the kind of work that I want to do, and no one's going to know, and they're going to keep asking me to do the things that I didn't really want to do with the type of clients that weren't really valuing me the way that I wanted to be. So I
Mhm.
think it's really like you have to take a really holistic approach. You can't address one area and not address the other area because it's just not really going to work like that. And
Yeah.
not only that, but I have to work on myself and my skill set and make sure that as I'm targeting these new clients, am I going to be able to offer them what they need? So that's another thing too, just kind of working on the back end of it,
Mhm.
learning skills and training and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had to learn new software and everything. Like you had me like taking, like you have to finish this class by this date. And before I had started it, I did, but it was like several months. Like I started it and I stopped for a couple months and I started it and I stopped again. And it was like, no, you got 2 weeks to have this done. And it got done. So I think really just having that accountability piece there made a huge part as well.
Mhm.
Because I have to answer to you like every 2 weeks. So I'm like, let me make sure I got an update for Nikki for this. So it pushes me to kind of keep going for
Yeah.
sure.
Because you knew if you showed up on that call.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but like I'm paying for these calls. So I'm like, listen, that's an accountability piece in itself, knowing that I have to pay to sit here and do this. So for one, I need to come with it. And not only that, but I never want to waste your time. So it definitely gave me accountability on like multiple fronts for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, did you have any reservations about hiring somebody to help you or hiring me to help you with any of this?
I am the type of person where I try to do everything by myself. Like before you, I wasn't the type of person that was going to ask for help. Like I'll get on Google and try to figure it out, or like my followers on Instagram will tell you, like I would do everything. I literally just was drilling something in my bathroom the other day. Like I do everything myself, and I think the reservation I had was like kind of like, okay, you have hit the ceiling of what you can do by yourself, and if you keep trying to rely on your own wisdom and knowledge, this is where you are going to stop. This is where your progress is going to stop. So I had to kind of like really step out of that and say, okay, it's okay to ask for help. And not only is it okay to ask for help, it's okay to pay for help. And I know like when you're first starting out, you're kind of trying to cut costs, but it's like, what's more expensive than you paying this coach is this business failing. So I had to really like, okay, girl, what you want to do? So I think that'd be my only reservation, like feeling like I didn't need help or that I could figure it out by myself. That was my only reservation.
Yeah.
And I was completely wrong thinking that I could do it by myself. So
yeah.
it was
So what made you choose me?
I would say I really respect the person. I value their opinion, the person who referred me to you, Charlita. Once she plugged you, I knew you were good people. But I think it was like our first call, and like I don't know what it was. I think you were asking me questions about my business that I felt I should know the answer to. And you were asking me these questions, and I didn't have the answers to them. And I immediately started to get in my head in that moment, and like my confidence and everything just went out the window. Like I think you saw it on me, like you could tell my spirit kind of changed. And what really did it for me, like in business, people say they don't care about your emotions. I don't care about you being sad. I don't care about how you feel. But instead of you not caring, like in that moment, you like really stopped and you prayed for me. Like we stopped our whole coaching call and had a whole praise session. We were the enemy. We did everything. So like I'm crying and Nikki's like praying, and I'm like, okay, no, like this is gonna be my coach. Because I know that in the business world, a lot of times God is excluded. God is a very big part of my business because he's the person who told me to start this business. So knowing that we were on the same page spiritually, knowing that you didn't only care about the money or gaining a new client, but that you cared about my spirit and you cared about my calling and my purpose, that's what really sealed the deal for me. And I didn't even look at anybody else. I'm like, yep, I'm going to Nikki. And I did. So I think that was really it.
And we've had that's not we probably had some other come to Jesus moments.
We've had a lot of them.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's why I chose you.
So how has going through this process, like when you think about, because you talked about like different areas of your business now since we've been talking here, like how do you think this has helped you the most, like personally in your business, like just going through this process?
The coaching process, I would definitely say it helps you. It helps with your business, but it also helps you like personally as well, because as a business owner, and I think that's another thing, like a lot of the work we've done, I'm not going to say a lot, but a great portion of the work we've done has not only been on my business, but it's been on me. Like when we went through Nikki had me at her church, going through the forward class, I had to go to church. I'm like, we did a lot of work on me as an owner. And I think people really neglect that part of it, because it's like so much of your business is you, and so much of your business's success is based on you and your own challenges and your own strongholds. So I would definitely say we worked a lot on myself and me kind of breaking through strongholds, but as well as on my business and doing like the black and white work. So I would say that it's a very holistic process. So I would say it's equally both of them, and that's equally as important. Because my business won't be successful if I'm not in a good space, or if I have baggage and I have things that are holding me back mentally. So for sure, it's been both of them.
So what would you say, out of everything that we've done, what have you been most excited about? What result have you been most excited about?
Making this money.
Hey.
That's it. That's the most exciting thing. But not just making the money, but making the money using the system that I know will work again. I think that's my most exciting thing. Like I feel like I'm confident in the fact that I can do this again. I can continue this on. It wasn't like a once in a blue moon type of thing. I feel confident in the fact that the results that I'm getting, I can continue to build and compound on. So I think that's the best part of it for me.
Yeah. Because we talked about like you hit your first 5-figure month last month.
Right.
And we were talking about, okay, so now what is your goal for this month? And you tried to tell me a number.
Yes.
And what did I tell you?
You asked me, why are we shooting lower?
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're seeing what's possible, aim for what's possible, even if it was an outlier number, it's been done before, so it can be done again.
Yeah. So, what was your ceiling is now your
Right.
it's
The
now your floor.
floor. That's not your floor. That's a big jump, but we're gonna stand on it.
Yeah.
Have faith. That's all we can do is have faith.
Yeah. And the faith is also like you still got to put in the work.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So, but now you know what to do.
Yep. Exactly.
So we build on that. So, so what's been something that you didn't expect, like going through like the process that we've gone through, like that just like blew your mind? Like, we know like hitting the number, but was there any part in the process that just like was unexpected that just blew your mind in all of this?
Unexpected. Let me see. I really didn't expect the programs to be as flexible as it was. I'm not saying like you don't have a structure, because you do, but you meet your clients where they are. So if 1 week we're up here and then the next week I'm right here, you meet me wherever I am, and you kind of really flex to my needs, and like you really, it's very like customizable, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I used the right word.
Yeah.
But it's very personal. So I think I didn't really expect that. I thought it would be kind of more like, okay, on this week we have to be here. On this week we have to be there. This week we have to be there. And it's not really like that. Wherever I am, that's like where you kind of met me at. And I didn't really expect that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what would you say for somebody who, because we've been working together for a while now. So for people who are just kind of just coming into this space, how would you describe what it's like to work in one of my programs? Like, what's it like working with me?
It's fun. I feel like I really feel like we built a connection, we built a relationship, and I know you really care. So I think that the program is far like greater than I ever expected it to be, and that's like amazing to me, because and even one thing, like there's so many coaches out here now, coaches. So like just kind of really finding someone who knows their stuff and someone who's willing to pour into you and be patient with you is like everything. So like working with you, it's been a really great experience. I tell everybody about Nikki. And
Thank you.
Yeah, you're super patient, you're super knowledgeable, and but at the same time, we get work done. I know that there's a standard, I know that there's a requirement that I have to meet. So yeah, we laugh, we have fun, and then we get to work.
We're gonna do the work, that's for sure.
Exactly.
What would you say has been the hardest part?
This working on this, my mind. That's been the hardest part. I stand on it when I say entrepreneurship is a mental journey, it's a mental battle. That has been the hardest thing. And oftentimes we are standing in our own ways because of our thought patterns and because of our false beliefs. And I think just kind of like getting past ourselves is when you can really like jump and like have a 5-figure month. That's really like the main thing, getting past yourself and like just kind of working through your different emotions and not really letting them kind of tie you down and keep you subordinate. So
yeah, it's
definitely for sure
totally a mental game.
Yeah,
totally a mental game, and it's like the same mental challenges that you had at one level, like they're the same ones that keep coming back, just in a different form.
Yep.
Like,
so as you kind of work through them though, and like one thing I was doing this morning, like as you see those different mental roadblocks trying to like creep back up, You kind of just call them out like, nope, nope, we're not doing that. Nope. I had to believe so. You're okay. It's okay. You're okay. Like, that
Right,
was
talking
me.
to yourself,
That was
right?
me this morning. Like, nope, we're not about to think that you're going to be all right. So it's really just kind of like getting on your game and really just kind of like becoming really mindful and mastering your mind. So that's been the hardest part, but also the most rewarding as well.
Yeah. What were some things that you thought about running a business or marketing that have changed since you've kind of gone through this process?
And this is probably a personal thing, but I thought that it has to be perfect before I put it out there, which is false. It does not have to be perfect. You put it out there so that it can be used, and then you see what's wrong with it while it's being used, and then you fix it. So that's one thing that I've learned, and I'm continuing to kind of work on and be cognizant of. And also, like, thinking that a business was like a set it and forget it type thing. Like, no, like it's like a child. It's like a child that doesn't grow past infant stage. you like you have to feed it every day. You have to, change it. You have to take it to the doctor. All that. And it doesn't grow past infant stage. You have to constantly be taking care of it. You can't just set it and forget it because it needs your attention every single day. You have to keep refining, keep revising. What used to work last month might not work this month, or last quarter might not work this quarter. You have to keep changing. And I think that that's one of the things I didn't want to do. Like I wanted to just do it and it be done.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So,
And even things like setting a schedule, like that was one of the things that
yeah.
we worked on.
Right. No, because you got on me. I don't know. Like I used to like, he was like, how are you wanting to have your business be X, Y, and Z when you're only working like 4 hours a day? Like if I didn't have any client work that day, I'm at the gym at 1 o'clock. Like I'm going to get groceries. Like I didn't have a set schedule, but now it's like I'm at work from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. I am at work. So I am at my desk at 9 o'clock sharp, just like I'm clocking into an office. And it's like if you don't have client work, you have a business that constantly needs your attention. So really just setting a set schedule really makes such a huge difference. And it helps you to manage your time a lot better. So, yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you don't like give yourself time to like relax and do things like that too. But it's,
of course,
especially when you're in the growing phase, like there's things that you can be doing to, like there's marketing that needs to be done. There's
always
like you were talking about the continuing education piece of it. Like there's things that you can be doing to grow your baby.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one thing with me. Like I used to kind of do like I would work any day, every day at any hour. But now it's like I'm on a set schedule, not only because it helps me to be more productive, but also it helps me to plan my rest time. Like my rest time is even intentional. On weekends, my clients know I'm not responding to you. After 5, I'm not responding to you. And even like on Wednesday, I'm taking off to go to the spa. So that schedule is really like everything.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So what do you think were the biggest things that took you from being ready to throw in the towel? Because that was literally where you were a few months ago to
more like a month and a half. Like it was literally like yesterday.
It was to hitting, your 5-figure month.
Yeah. So what you said, what changed?
Like what do you think was the biggest thing that took you from being ready to call it quits, not even 2 months ago, to hitting over 5 figures?
I think for me, like started June, I'm like, listen, I'm tired of being in this space. I always say when you're really tired of something, you make a change and you make a radical change. And I was tired. I was tired of not making what I wanted. I was tired of getting on these calls and not really having the type of updates that I wanted to have. Or I was tired of seeing my list of to-do lists for my business being as long and it not getting any shorter. You kind of get tired of, for me, I felt like I wasn't doing the work that I needed to do. And I was afraid to do the work because I was so afraid to feel as though I was wasting my time, or if I did all this work and this business didn't work out. So, and that was another thing with my perfectionism kind of really creeping in. And one thing about perfectionism is it can really keep you stagnant. And a lot of times mine shows up as laziness. That's something I realized. Like, I'll be lazy and I'm not going to do anything because I feel like I can't do it perfectly. So if I can't do it perfectly, I'm just not going to do it at all.
Yeah.
And that's something I had to like really get out of. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Done is better than it being perfect. So that first week of June, I put my packages out there. They weren't perfect. They were close to perfect, but they sold still. And I guess the things that I didn't even know was wrong, the client didn't even notice it. Like, so I'm in my head about being perfect, and it's like no one is thinking like that or looking at it like that. You're in your own way. So once you get tired of just kind of like not seeing the results that you want to see, you're gonna get up and you're gonna do the work. So that's what really changed for me. I'm like, oh, hey, and if I spend all this time building this business and making these packages and doing this and doing that, and it doesn't work out, at least I can say I tried, and at least I can say I gave it my all, and I can learn from it. So, and one thing I realized, if you don't do the work, you're most certainly going to fail. That's the 100% chance that you're going to fail. Now, if you do the work, your chance of failure decreases substantially, and there's a greater chance of you actually making it. But if you said, I'm just not going to even try, you have a 100% chance of failure. So,
Absolutely.
that's how I kind of shifted there.
I'm so proud of you. So
you don't start crying, Nikki. You know
I'm not, because you know I will. You know I will. Okay, so you were talking about like knowing what's possible now, like things that you thought were not possible before. And I think like especially just the fact that you were able to do this right now while so many businesses are struggling during the pandemic, and just with everything that's going on in our world right now, like that to me is like that makes this even sweeter.
Yeah.
So what has become possible for you now? Like what does that feel like?
I really feel like I'm just like really becoming the woman of my dreams before my own eyes. Like my business is like becoming my dream business before my own eyes. And I really feel like everything that I once dreamed of, it feels possible to me now. Like before, it just seemed so far-fetched because I'm like, I can't see myself getting there. For one, because I wasn't doing the work. And for two, it's like, if you're not seeing the things of your present really align with the dream you have for your future, you're not going to really believe it's possible. But when you start doing the work and getting results and seeing what you're wanting to see, it kind of really gives your faith like a boost. And now it's like, okay, we can do this. I have to do my part though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
mm-hmm.
And I watched this, it was at the beginning of June as well. I'm cooking and I was watching this sermon by Sarah Jakes Roberts. And she's like, I need my fire back. She's like, how do I get this fire back? She's like, God, like, how do I do this? How do I give you this again? How do I give my all into this? And he's like, you got to throw something in the fire. Whenever your fire is going out, you got to throw on another, whether you're using paper or if you're using like logs, you got to throw something in the fire to rekindle that flame and get it back blazing again.
Yeah.
You got to give me something to work with. Just throw something to me and I'll give it back to you. So I think that's really a huge part. We're so afraid to pour into things, not knowing if we're going to get what we put into it back.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, just trust me. Just trust me.
Yeah.
And he's just probably looking at me right now like,
I was just waiting on you.
I told you that 6 months ago, but you were.
Like,
and now I'm like, man, I should have been done this. I should have been done this. We wasted so much time. But no, time is never wasted. So you learn, and now my story is blessing other people. So
that's right. Yeah. That's right. And we talk about that all the time, like about sharing your story. And this was something that you were not in the
Oh,
beginning. You didn't want to talk about
mm-mm.
your story. You didn't want to talk about your business. You were wanting to share other stuff, but this business stuff you did not want to talk about. So how did you make that shift too? Because I know this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with, wanting to like not wanting to talk about their business stuff, especially on social media and their personal stuff. And
Mhm.
this whole social media thing,
Oh man.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about you
Really?
and the social of the media. Let's talk about that for just a moment. I wasn't gonna
Wow,
go
this was not in one of the exact questions.
It was no, and I wasn't even something I was planning on talking about, but it just came. So we're gonna go there. So
Okay, let's go
let's
there.
come on.
Okay, come with you. What is it? What's the question?
So let's talk about how you went from I don't like social media. I don't want to post on social media. I'm just gonna post my personal stuff on social media to now you are actually talking about your business and even posting about having a 5-figure month on your social media. How did we go from that?
Hmm.
How do we make that shift?
Well, for one, you made me, but
I made you? How did I make you? How did
you
what?
showed me. You
Little
showed
old
me
me?
how. You showed me how important it was, and I
Mm.
guess I finally came around. Like, okay, Nikki, you were right.
I'm
So,
sorry.
but
I'm sorry. What was that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. I don't know. The AC just cut on. I can't fix it. But no, like I think, and that's nothing about perfectionism. Like I didn't want to share anything that I didn't think was perfect. But now it's like I just kind of share the raw, uncut, depressed version sometimes of it. And hey, that's my truth. That's what it is. And people actually love that. Like you have to really get past what you think you need your business needs to look like and what you think you need to be giving people and just really be real with them because 9 times out of 10 there's some and I know well 10 times out of 10 I know there's someone out there who's going through exactly what I'm going through because they've DM'd me, they've messaged me, they've commented, I'm going through this right now and you're the reason why I didn't give up. So it's kind of just selfish and it's just disobedient of me to kind of not really share my testimony and the work that God is doing in my life and my journey, as imperfect and crooked and crazy as it may be. It's my truth every single day. So it can be uncomfortable sometimes because it's like, if you're not proud of something and you don't feel like it's right or if you're doing it right, it's like, why would I want to share that? But now I just try to be as honest and open and transparent as possible because I know, and even you shared with me just how powerful like my story is and how powerful it can be. So just trying to be obedient there. And hey, if you like it, great. If you don't, I'm sorry. Well, not really, but like
Sorry, not sorry. But
exactly,
there is a way to do it. Like there's
exactly.
one thing to throw up all of your mess
Mhm.
on social media, and
Yeah,
there's a way to do it intentionally and
right.
transparently.
And tell a story.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so, yeah.
So that's
Okay.
that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
So, let me ask you this. What final words do you have for the people?
Trust God, do the work. It won't work unless you're working. Um, don't give up. And the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. And any successful person would tell you that. You're never wasting time. You're never wasting money when you're doing things that have the goal of producing or pushing you forward. So go for it. You will fail if you don't try, but if you try, you at least have a chance of succeeding and making it where you want to be. So
Mhm.
thank you for tuning in, you guys. I really appreciate it. I think we have Q&A next, I think.
Yeah.
So thank
So
you.
if there's anybody who has any questions for me or Marshaé and kind of how she was able to accomplish this month, you can drop them in the comments, and we'll stay on for a few minutes and answer any questions that you guys might have. While they're doing that, Marshaé, since you have and I have been working together for a while, let me just ask you this, because I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are about this.
Okay.
Who do you think? Who do you think who do you think should hire me versus who I am not for?
Now, Nikki, you know I can't deliver stuff properly, right way. So let me see. You should work with Nikki if you are striving to build a purpose-driven business. You are ready to take yourself seriously. You are ready to invest in yourself and really just kind of tap into your God-given potential and your gift, whatever that may be to you. You should not work with Nikki if you don't want to be held accountable, if you are afraid to grow and step outside of your comfort zone, if you don't want to do the work, you're wasting her time and yours and your money. So yeah. But if this is something that's in your heart and you truly believe in your gift and what you're doing and what you're giving to people, and you feel as though like, man, I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but it's just not working, and you don't know why it's not working, there's help to kind of gain that clarity, which is I think her focus, gaining clarity. And that's what I needed, clarity. Like I was just so confused, like, and it's like, confusion can just kind of lead you to be stagnant. So if you're looking for clarity and you're ready to do the work and fulfill your passion and your purpose for your life, then hire my girl.
You're so funny. You're so funny.
Yeah,
so let's see. I was leaving it open in case anybody had any questions, and I'm seeing some of the comments in here. Beverly said, "Thanks for sharing."
Thank you, Beverly. Hi, Esther.
Esther said, "Wonderful." Cami said, "Congratulations." Barbara said, "Is that your mom?"
Yes.
Oh, hey, mom. That's awesome. Let's see. Esther said event-based nonprofits as well. So I do work with people that have, I guess she's asking that, like if I work with event-based nonprofits. Yes. So I do work with some nonprofits. I work with companies that do events. So I would just need to know a little bit more about your business. But if you're interested, I'll put this on. I've got the link at the bottom where you can apply to see if what I have is a good fit for you. So you can just go to getbrandedandbooked.com and apply, and we'll have a conversation and see if this is a good fit for you. Okay, let me see what else.
I think Sarah has 2 questions.
Sarah had a couple questions. Is there one thing you can pinpoint that you did differently in the month of June compared to months previously? So that's for you, I'm guessing.
I think the biggest thing was just doing the work, and like you can't get what you haven't given yet. And like with the sales that I had, they weren't even from my packages. They were just from like they kind of came from, I have other services outside of those packages, so a lot of them kind of came from that. So one thing is also like really just keeping track of my leads, because I get a lot of leads that come in, and prior to this, I was just like, okay, I'll email you back, and then I may forget that we kind of even spoke, because I don't have a log that says, okay, you connected with me on June 3rd, I responded to you on June 4th, what happened from there? So I was leaving a lot of money on the table and allowing a lot of clients to kind of like just fall through the cracks by not keeping up with who reached out to me, why. So a lot of the clients that I secured was as a result of me following up with them. Hey, we spoke last week and blah, 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 blah. I would love to still work with you if you have this need. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do still want to do that. And then there you go, your invoice is paid. Now in the past, had I forgotten that I spoke to that client that week before, I wouldn't have reached out to them and I wouldn't have gotten that client. So really just really doing all of the work. You have to do the work. That's been the most important thing.
Yeah. And you raised your prices
Yeah,
from
prices are higher. That's one thing that really, of course, is going to make a huge difference. Charging what you're worth and putting value on yourself and kind of learn how to target those clients that are going to be okay with paying you that and paying you that willingly.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you want to do more, you want to do less but make more. So that's been my goal.
Yeah. It's because you didn't have like you weren't working off of a ton of leads.
No, and then I've been feeling like weird because like obviously you're like, dang, like there's no deadline that's red flagged right now. Like I'm comfortable. Like I'm not like chasing down 20 million clients. I only have a handful of them, but they're higher value tickets. So I'm able to relax a little bit and not be constantly keeping in touch with like 20, 30 different people.
And
Which
take
is what I wanted.
a day.
Yeah, which is what I wanted. So
Yeah. Yeah. So Sarah also was asking, where do you market your business?
Nikki's gonna fuss at me, but I have not marketed my business at all up until last week because I have the homework, which is due Wednesday, of posting on my business page 9 times within 7 days. So before last week, I had not my digital footprint was blank. I had not marketed anything. One thing that does me well, or I get all of my clients from word of mouth, and I think that that works so well for me because my clients talk about me a lot. Not because I asked them to, but because when they come to me, the experience that they get is just so mind blowing. They're going to go tell everybody. So, like, you can have someone ask for a graphic designer on Facebook, and you got like 5 people tag me because the service that I offer is a premier service, and you're going to come to me and get what you need when you need it, and as I promised. So that's been really huge. Like word of mouth is really, really, really huge, but it can also be detrimental. So you want to give people good stuff to talk about. So make sure that you are on your P's and Q's, and people will talk about you. And that's really when with me finding Nikki, someone told me about her, and that's why I trusted that recommendation as opposed to me finding someone on social media that I don't know and no one has worked with. So word of mouth is everything because I'm going to trust what someone says before anything else.
But that was part of your brand. Like when we first were putting together, like
Yeah.
what are the things that you want your brand to be known for? What is your brand personality? All of those things. Um, that was part of what we built into your brand too, was
Yeah.
that you wanted it to be a brand that was built on the customer experience, that was built on word of mouth. And so that has always been a part of it. So even, um, and it is part of your marketing strategy. And so the social media was just something like, even from, because I knew at the beginning that you were not really feeling social media,
Right.
we're just starting to add that on now.
Yeah, exactly.
And so really up until recently, um, the type of marketing that we were doing for you was to build around the word of mouth,
Mm-hmm.
the networking with people.
Yep.
Um, it was outside of using social media.
Exactly. Which I
Yeah.
think is really huge. Of course, social media is great. Like I get leads from social media as well, especially now that I'm posting on LinkedIn, Instagram, different things like that. But another thing that I really want my business to be really relationship focused. Like so I'm focused on building relationships with people and my clients, and that's kind of how you really keep those long term clients that come on board, or you have relationships with people kind of recommend you out to others. So relationships are huge. Getting to know people. Of course, we can't do too much in person right now, but still, relationships are everything.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that was all of, make sure I got all of the questions. Yeah. Any other questions before we log off. So yeah, if there's anybody that is on, if you are interested in going through the process that Marshaé went through, um, we are. I am now accepting applications for my coaching program. I have a 3-month group coaching program that is going to be kicking off here in the next month. That is goes through the exact process that we went through with Marshaé to help you to build your brand, build your sales, build your client list, and not have to work as hard. And um, so you can apply for that program at getbrandedandbooked.com, and I will have a conversation and see if it's a good fit for you. And I have one spot left for the month of July for one-on-one coaching. I do a half-day intensive where we kind of get you some momentum, getting the pieces of your brand together. And if you are interested in that, then you can do the same thing. You can go to getbrandedandbooked.com, or you can send me a private message and we'll see if it is a fit for you, if that is a fit for you as well. So that's all we have for today. Marshaé, thank you so much for taking the time to share your story with us today.
Of course.
Um, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how proud I am of you and just your journey. And um, I feel like we say this all the time, but we're just getting started. So, you
Yeah,
know,
this is just the breakthrough. This isn't even the peak. This is really just
no,
that big breakthrough that we've been working on for like the past several months. So,
yeah. Um, so tell everybody how they can connect with you, where they can find you.
sure. So my website is cosmopolitancreativegroup.com, and Cosmopolitan is like the magazine. So cosmopolitancreativegroup.com, or the same on Instagram, Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn as Marshaé Smith. So my social media handles are Cosmopolitan Creative Group.
All right. So let's see, I'm going to put that up really quickly. So that's where you guys can find her. And if you guys have any other questions, if you're watching the replay of this, you can post them in the comments and I will respond to them. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah, thank
And
you guys.
again, if you're interested in signing up for my group coaching program, then you can do that at getbrandedandbooked.com. And that's all we have for today. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day.
Have a great week. Thanks, Nikki.
Bye.